Big Dog, man. What's up? What's happening? Wine. It's your man, Mr. Mindset Therapy, Real Talk Podcast. Please forgive us for being a little late, man. We was and the devil busy, man, was trying to stop the greatness, but he can't. You know what I mean? We got it right, man. I got my brother, my guest speaker on, man. But look, before we start this, you already know, man, I got to pay my bills, man. This is Mindset Therapy, Real Talk Podcast. Here at Mindset Therapy, we help men, women, and children believe in themselves again. We offer 7 simple strategies to developing a positive mindset, and we stand on that from the jump. We ain't playing with them. Look, man, I just want to, this one gonna be a head rocker. It got to be, because the devil was trying to do so much to stop this, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a powerful brother right here, man. I was anxious to get him on, but and the enemy noticed, so he tried to do all kind of things to stop this from happening, man. But I already had made up in my mind, man. I don't care when we get this right, man. We going on. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when the enemy can't beat you, try to weigh out. So we ain't having that, man. We're gonna stay focused and we're gonna rock how we rock, man. I got my man, this brother here from the West Bank of New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? It make me feel good when I could bring a West Banking in. You know what I'm saying? New Orleans, you know what I mean? Big M, the brick jungle, no mess, my brother. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So, you know, a big time representative of my home. I loved it to death. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, when you grow, sometimes you outgrow things. And that was one of the things I outgrew, but I still love it. I still go home. You know, you hear my accent, it'll never change. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna I don't want to hold this back too much longer, but I want to tell you guys, man, what we talk about on here, we're not glamorizing, we're not trying to put a shine on. We're trying to share our experience with someone that can really take our experience and use it, or our story. Like this brother gonna learn tonight. His story is not his story. I truly believe he understand that he was put through the test he was put through for someone else to hear his story, to get on the path to changing their life, and see what I try to man, look, change don't come overnight. Change, you just don't look at a podcast or eat a bowl of cereals and you change. You know what I'm saying? Like they use the fruit. The God always talk about the fruit. You know, the fruit. When you sometimes you look at a fruit, and if it ain't ready, that fruit will be beautiful, but it'll be bitter. It'll be really nasty. You know what I'm saying? Until it right, and that take a process, right? It take a time frame, like a metamorphosis, and it changed. And when you pick that fruit at the right time, man, that fruit be delicious. You know what I'm saying? That's just like us. You know, in the spiritual, it takes time. You know what I'm saying? So I don't expect nobody just to get it, because I just didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? It took me a couple of bumps in the head. But this brother here, uh, I'm not gonna take from his shine, bro, because I really, you know, I'm really, really interested, and I'm excited for him. You know what I'm saying? But man, if you don't do nothing, please like, comment, and share. You know, subscribe if you can. If you can't, send it to someone you think can use this, man. Mindset therapy, we stand on values. You know what I'm saying? We're not selling our integrity for nothing. We're gonna stand on the truth and the whole truth, nothing but the truth. If it's artificial, let it be. So, you know, I don't have to fight to remove people. God already removed them. You know what I'm saying? So, man, look, I'm gonna let my man introduce himself, man. Look, this platform, man, take your time, tell the people who you is, where you come from, and we're gonna break it on down, how we need to break it on down. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Go
Well,
ahead, flow,
yeah,
Joe.
my name Byron, Byron Gray, from New Orleans, like he said, 36 years old. I live out here in Houston. Uh, I got a story to tell. I met Mr. London at a Christmas party, and I was introduced by a friend of mine, a mutual friend we have in our circle, and he told him a little bit about a story that I went through, and we kind of wrapped on it. I don't know, a couple of weeks maybe, and
Yeah,
we have some we have some similar struggles that we've been through in our past, and we decided to you know put it here for the world to see. And like he said, possibly it can help somebody that's I don't know, a family member somebody that might be tuned in tonight can use this story to better their life. We let like they always say, we pave the way for the ones behind us, so
that's
they
right.
don't have to make the same mistakes.
Wow. So, uh, let me ask you this: Did
Mhm.
you you transitioned from New Orleans? Did you come with Katrina, or you came before Katrina?
Yeah, we came with Katrina. I was 16 years old when we came.
Or you had something really a dramatic experience happen to you in your time of y'all transition, man. You want to share that with us?
Yeah, yeah, let's get into it. So Katrina was in 2005, and
Mhm.
in 2004, a year before Katrina, um, I was involved in and like I say, we keep it, we just want to keep it all the way thorough. I was involved in a shooting. I was shot by JP. Um, Police, what they see on the news all the time now, police shooting. I was involved. I was 15 years old. I had got caught up. I was a troublemaker, so I don't want to use the word caught up, but I was in trouble. I was a troublemaker, but I got caught up in a high speed chase, like maybe like a 20-minute high speed chase
Wow.
in a stolen vehicle. Yeah, we that's what we used to do. That's how we made our coins. Um, and that's what we used to do. So, but this time in particular, got caught up, and I was going to see a girlfriend of mine.
Hmm.
We all loaded up. Me and three other my pilots, four of us in the car, and got to our house, seen her, and then we were supposed to be going to a party, and we took off. Now this drive from where I lived at Monroe, this drive was maybe like 30, maybe like 25, 30 minutes.
Wow.
We'll see her. So when I get there, we see we got to take a ride all the way back, and
Hmm.
police get behind us, and we didn't did this before, right?
Hmm.
We did this before. This ain't our first go around. Remember, I'm
Right.
15, so this ain't our first go around. We take them on we immediately take them on a high speed chase. And how we do it is the way we do it all the time. They get behind
So you
us.
basically know where you going at. When
We
this
know
happens, you all got a plan.
we already got the plan set up because we didn't did it and got away so many times. So we take we do the same setup. We pull. I'm the driver. I pull over. The second he get out the car, put it in park. The second he get out the car, the second he get all the way up to that car, you put it in drive and you go. You mash it. You know what I'm saying? That's like the game plan. We always know that game plan. So that's what we do. We take this chase. This like I said, like a 20-minute chase. We didn't smoke them. He out of sight. I'm doing like 100. It was a Dodge Stratus. Whatever the top speed, that's what we had at 120. I get all the way down, we exit the highway. They got the helicopter, they got the roadblock. We wasn't expecting this. Is the first time this happened. They got the helicopter, they got the roadblock. Dogs, spikes. It wasn't what I was expecting. So now we talking it out like what I do next, Where we know we can't just drive straight through it. It ain't you're not gonna win. So the plan was to get all the way up on them, slam on brakes, and try to get around. Well, that worked. They like broke through we get around them. We taking them through the neighborhoods. We doing everything to get away. Nah, we didn't ran into a dead end. We got a back. I got a back out of the dead end. Mind you, it's three other 14 and 15-year-olds in the car.
Wow.
So they really crashed dummy, really. And so the plan was to exit and take it back where we came from. We was trying to make it at least to Richfield. So
Rocky Mountain.
we coming up what it is, Ames Boulevard, I think. Coming up Ames. The plan was to take it there, everybody jump out, everybody go four ways, they ain't gonna catch us. Well, that didn't happen. You know, we got the chopper in the air, can't get rid of them. And they did, I forgot the name of the move. I think it's called a pit maneuver,
Pit
but they like
maneuver.
hit the car spun out.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
I couldn't control it, but it like slammed into the bus stop, and I tried to jump out. You know, everybody went to jump out. The driver go to jump out. You know, the game is to get the driver.
Yeah, jam him up.
The first thing they do, they got them like them bumper, the ram on the front of the car.
Hmm.
He rammed the door. I'm pinned in the door. Everybody like scattering. It's happening so fast. You know, I look at him. I squeeze back in the door and I smash on the gas. That boy hopped out the car. Young white boy. He hopped out the car. He looked at me. That the helicopter hadn't made it quite there. It was shining on me, but it hadn't made it quite there. And that boy just unleashed. So the report said he fired 7 shots, if I could remember it. 7 shots. Pop, 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 pop. It happened so fast. You know, wet me up quick. And I squeezed back in the car. Now, when you bleeding like that, you losing
Hmm.
sight. You know, you getting dizzy,
Is it?
blurred. You know,
Mhm.
it's happening so fast. All I could do is really get out the car and just try to run and just collapse. By then the chopper over me is dust flying everywhere. I can't see, but you know they cuffed me.
Why you shot up?
Wow, just like that. Now that's exactly how that happened. That's exactly how that happened. They all swarm around. It's like 30 cars. They all swarm around. The dogs barking. You know, they got the dogs. They didn't put the dogs on the trace for the people that ran. You know, my little partners that ran, and it happened so fast. I stayed awake for like a good 10, 15 minutes because they ran to Richmond. They knocked on the door and told my cousin, it was like, look, man, B just got shot. So he come out there on
They
foot.
probably ain't even know you was a juvenile.
They didn't, but he come out there, everybody coming out, the whole project then came outside, everybody come outside. So they arrest him immediately. Like, how you know he was out here. By then they didn't got me in the ambulance. They took me to the same hospital I was born at. They took
Where's
me to
Joe?
Charity.
Oh,
They took me to
Sheridan.
Charity.
They passed up
Yeah.
good stuff. Sheridan. Well, that's
They took
probably why you're alive right now, to tell you the truth.
Not for sure. That's
To tell you
that's
the
what they
truth.
took. That's why they take all the gunshot patients, right? They take them all
The
the way over
trauma
there.
unit that say B at that time, Charity Hospital was the best trauma unit in the country. Period.
Mm,
It looked it like trash, but they had the best trauma doctors, bro. Gunshot wounds. Period.
gunshot wounds. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, that's
Nah,
facts.
for sure. I think I heard that story before. I think I heard something like that before.
Hmm. But all
But
of them
nah,
went to Ben Tide for the
say that
storm. After
again.
the storm,
Oh, they
all of them
all
went to
came
Ben
here.
Tide.
Houston, big time. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I got you. Yeah, nah. They get me in the ambulance. I kind of blacked out around that time. I don't remember, but I remember waking up and I was coming
Wow.
through. I was coming through the ER in Charity. I didn't know I was in Charity at the time, but I was coming through the ER at Charity, and I get there, and I'm coming to, and I'm thinking, but I'm in so much pain, like it's the worst pain ever, and they start asking me all this information, and one of the nurses asked me, "How old are you?" Told I was 15, and you heard a lot of whispers because I think they thought I was a lot older. But
Wow.
I blanked out. I blanked out again. But when I woke up this next time, it was obviously a different day, right? I don't know if it
Wow.
was 2, 3 days. I really don't know because they wasn't really telling me. But I want to say it was like a day or two later, and
Mhm.
I woke up to like excruciating pain. and I asked them what happened, and the lady took the thing off to show me that they had performed surgery to save me. And you know, that's when it kind of hit me. But I was I was like a reckless nigga at the time. So it was kind of like I was really like I was like fired up, like this happened to me. I was mad at them. Not at
Yeah.
what I had done, but I was mad at them. So I would start talking crazy. I was tripping. They wound up sedating me. I went back to sleep. I think for like another day or two, because that time I was in and out. And when I came back again, I was in a different location. They said they had to perform another surgery.
Mm.
Two different surgeries. And
Okay.
I remember the doctor. I remember his name and everything. Dr. Cox. I remember his name. He explained to me, where I had got shot through the driver door under the
Oh, right there by the hole.
right by the heart, exactly. So he was explaining that to me, like, um they was able to remove three bullets, and one of them, which is the picture I sent you today, they couldn't remove it because it was too close to the spine. And what happened when somebody gets shot is they don't, either you have a straight shot with an exit wound, or you get hit and it bounce around in the body and it tear a lot of shit up. Well, that's what happened to me. And it had got
Mm.
lodged by the spine, so they couldn't remove it. So he
Oh,
explained
I
that to me.
know.
Yeah, see. So they explained that to me. And and then I realized my legs wasn't working, my arms, I was
Oh
like
my God.
real skinny. I had lost like all that weight, lost like 70 pounds in like a
Wow.
couple of days, 3, 4 days of these two surgeries. And I was
Ooh,
like real like
the chip.
bony. So
Mhm.
what happened
You
was a
gotta
couple of
think about
things.
they feeding you through a tube. You're not your body went in shock. You probably
It,
swell up to 400 pounds and came down
it
and
then came all the way. Yeah. See that I didn't even get to that. They I was struggling with this tube. They would stick it in your mouth, and they like shove it all the way down to your
to your
stomach,
stomach.
and they trying to like feed you and get your fluids. They got the IVs on you. You got so many IVs in your body, like emaciated. It's like so bony they could barely get the IVs, so the
My
IVs
veins.
were being stuck everywhere they could get it, they would stick one.
I had mine in my neck. My
Yes.
veins had collapsed.
Say that again.
My veins collapsed. There ain't no more. They couldn't. It was so much, man. I probably was 98 pounds, man.
I think I was around that weight, like, because at 15 I probably was like, I was a big dude. I was like 200, like 180, 200 pounds. And
Yeah,
yeah, I think I had went all the way down like 90 some pounds in like a couple of days. And
man.
so the second surgery was because I had went into critical condition. Like after the first surgery, I had a collapsed lung. So they had to perform a second surgery to correct that. And well, anyway, after this has gone on, these 3, 4 days, I wake up this last time and I'm cuffed to the bed. They got you cuffed, they got you cuffed by the leg, other leg, and you know,
Like you gonna go somewhere.
yeah, like you gonna go somewhere. And I lost mobility, so I was in a wheelchair for a year after this. Um, but what the one thing I got blessed with was I never had to have a colostomy bag. It didn't go that far. They was able to save that. Um, but I still wound up having the surgery, which is called a pneumothorax. They had to remove most of the intestines, restructure the lung, all that stuff that they do to save you. I went through that process, and then the healing. Like I said, I was in a wheelchair for a year, but I immediately went to and by the way, them cops, they used to clock in they had to clock in, sit with you, one sit by the bed, one sit by the door. And they just handled me any kind of way. Anytime I needed my medicine, I have to, the little button you gotta press, they in there sleep, they in there talking crazy. I just, it kind of, and I'm not, I get it. I was the problem, right? But just I have a horrible memory of how they handled me in there. I'm
You
talking about
human. At the end of the day, you're a child.
exactly,
You're a
exactly. But
child.
the way they handled me was like, oh fuck. But the nurses was real polite. So
Amazing.
yeah, they was. And I want to tell you something that happened. It was they had got word, words spread fast that I was in there. And there was a friend of mine who I was in school with. Her mama worked there, and they got word to me. She came whisper to me in my ear. By then I had lost my voice. I couldn't talk.
Because of
I
that
couldn't
too.
walk. Yeah, you lose your voice. You can't even see. It's not a word could come out. You can't even. It hurt to talk. Can't even talk. And she came whisper to me in my ear. Um, and she said, Raina and Sierra, they praying for you. So the nurse was Raina mom, and then Sierra was, we all had went to school together.
Mhm.
And it hurt me because them girls, they good, they was just like, damn, this happened to be. They knew he used to always be wilding, but they didn't think it'd go down like that. So, and then they wind up getting in touch with my mama and trying to work it out for them to come see me. But remember, we had Harry Lee at the time. And this nigga was vicious. You know what I'm saying? This little
Nice.
agent, that boy was vicious. He made it very clear that he is not to get no visitors. It don't matter that he a minor. So some kind of way they worked it out. And my mama, my cousin, and my brother was able to sneak up to, I don't know what floor I was on, but they was able to sneak in there and come in there and find me. And I remember when they walked in the door, the police all rose up like, how the fuck y'all find him? Like, but they like went through the channels and they found him, and they put them all out immediately. My mom was on this able to see me for like 3 seconds. They put them all out immediately, got them out of there. They
Man,
they got on the radios some kind of way. They moved me, and I ended up way in a different hospital after that shit happened. They they
man.
they got me. I don't even remember. I don't know where I went, but I went to a different hospital. And then after about 2 weeks of treatment, and now here's the thing. This whole I want to lay all this gangster
Right.
shit to
Come
to
on.
rest
Come on.
because they had to wipe my ass. I had to
Mm.
wear a pamper. I was wearing a dressing that they had to change daily. And just think, when you bleed, you bleed and you open, right? You open, you bleeding. And every day they gotta change it. They gotta take the gauze out and change the dress. And every time they peel it out of there, it's
Ooh.
bleeding everywhere.
It
You have
hurts.
so much pain. And you got bed sores. It was horrible.
Rashes on your back.
Right. It was
Cause
horrible.
I can
It was horrible.
imagine they was treating you like a whole cold. They wasn't turning you, wiping you, or nothing.
Mm-mm,
People was in there to do it. You know what I'm
mm-mm.
saying? And I stayed in there 4.5 months, man. 6 surgeries, 16 blood transfusions. So just think about 4.5 months I'm laying in that bed, man. If my wife wasn't there to wipe me up, man, I would have been ate up. I'd have had
Mhm.
problems
Yeah,
because
you
she
don't come
jumped
back
on
from
me
them.
one time. I was so toe up back there. Like, y'all not
Mhm.
turning them, y'all not wiping them. They wasn't. That's not
Mm-mm.
they like, man, look, we keeping this nigga alive. That's all that matters.
That's all they try to do, really. That's really all they try to do. But I went through that. I was there about a month. I was there about a month.
Mm.
And then I got the call that they was gonna transfer me. I was a juvenile. They transferred me to Revolve. And when I got there, they had been waiting on me. All the little niggas I run with, they knew I was coming. The staff was put on, like they made it very clear. The staff was put on notice
Mr.
that
Nat still was there.
Mr. Nat, my nigga Nat, yeah, that I got a little bit to say about him too. That's a good man. That's like a guardian
Yeah,
angel.
said,
Mr.
bro, I'm 49 years old, so and I used to go through there. And Mr. Nat, my grandmother was like this.
Yeah.
You know
Mr.
what I'm
Nat,
saying?
man. That
Hey,
man, that's a special man, bro.
yeah,
You
bro.
can't say nothing dirty about him around me. That's a special
Nah,
man, bro.
nah,
He
he's
knew
solid.
everybody kids. He knew if you was in New Orleans, that 2000, well shit, that 90, he got there 95.
80s.
Yeah, really. Yeah,
The
he been
80s.
around. He been
Yeah,
around.
yeah, Mr. Nat was there before I started going to jet back to
Bro,
Revolve.
that man showed me his plaque. So I was blessed enough to be able to be invited to the house and everything. He
Mr.
stayed in
Nat
Highland Grove.
and Mr. Lockett. Mr.
Yeah,
Lockett passed away.
yeah.
Mr. Lockett was from Lancashire, so he was from the village.
Village, yeah, for the village. Yeah.
Yeah, but Mr. Sam's and Mr. Nat was the
I knew
last. Yeah,
I yeah, Mr. Nat passed in I think right before the pandemic, 2019.
I didn't even know that, man.
Yeah, man, he passed right before the pandemic. That was sad, man. I got a chance to see him like 3, 4 times. He was like real. I mean, he was that old school tough man. That what's going on, man? I'm good. He would never say it. He would never say what was up. But he ended up passing. That's like my guardian angel, man. That man, that's a special man right there. He passed right
Man,
before the pandemic.
I didn't even know that, bro.
Yeah, but he, I when I got there, the first person I met, well, one of the first people I met was him. But I got there. They run you through the Jack program where they take your picture and all that, fingerprints, read you your charges again. I can't remember exact charges, but I was booked on the main charge was second degree attempt murder. That was the
Murder on a
charge.
police officer. They had
That
to charge you with that.
Yeah, that's the main charge that
He
I was
shot
hit
you.
with. But I had like
He
seven,
shot
eight
you.
charges. Yeah,
He
but I
shot
was.
you. So
But
Harry was gonna charge you with attempted murder on the
definitely,
officer.
definitely. That's what. So they immediately they drug you through the mud with that. They let you know immediately. The first court day, they let you know they trying you as an adult. That's the first court day. They let you know what they're doing. You eligible to be tried as an adult, which means once they get approval on that, they take you and they send you to Gretna.
Threatening.
They send you to Gretna. 15 years old, but you gotta go there because that's where you're gonna be tried in that court. But God was with me, I guess, because no matter how bad it was, it just didn't go that far. So they kept me there. They kept me there. But
They messed
oh,
up, yo. They messed up, man. He shot you in the back. So how you was trying to run over him?
so there was a lot with that. Well, you know how it go. Court appointed
Right.
attorney. You know how that shit goes. So um, they that system so wicked. This is what I be telling people. Like
Ooh.
it's really a dirty system. But anyway, I got the Harry Lee treatment. Where they took me through the mud, and every court day was just a bullshit setback. They wasn't trying to hit it. They wasn't trying to hit no. I had a court appointed attorney, and to be honest with you, I think they had so many holes in the case
Mm-hmm.
is really the only reason that they ended up letting a little nigga go. He had so many hoes. See, I had been arrested like 5, 6 times already,
So
and I
they
was
had the
all
reason. They had a reason to hold you because you was a troubled teen. Period.
period.
But that situation right there didn't cause for what the they know they had messed up, but they know your jacket said something else.
There you go.
You know what I'm
There you
saying?
go.
I understand, brother. I truly understand. But and they held you and they set on you until they know you was gonna be tired enough to say, man, I want to go home.
You know what happened though? You know what happened? They tried to do me like that, and rest in peace to Nat Williams, man. That boy walked in there one day. He looked at me and he was like, I don't know what he did, man. I don't know. Still to this day, I don't know if he pulled some shit. I don't know. But I had Judge Jansen, which was the worst to get, you know what I'm saying, at the time. She had sentenced her own son some kind of way. That story, I was like, what the fuck? But she was like that. She was built like that. But um, some kind of way, he walked in and he told me, just tell them what they want to hear. He kept saying it to tell them what they want to hear. And I'm like, so you want me to tell them people? Just tell them what they want to hear. So I went in court for trial with the idea that I'm gonna just tell them what they want to hear. But when I got there, everything was like falling apart. Like the judge had then yelled at me and was like, "What if you would have got shot?" And everybody stood up like, "Hold on, what the fuck? This the one who been coming here all these months in a wheelchair. He walking now, but he did get shot." It was like she made that comment that threw everything off. The prosecutor was trying to.
She didn't even know who she was dealing with.
It was like everything fell apart. It was like, what the fuck is going on? It was like almost it was embarrassing. So they had
He
to work
probably was drunk.
together. Say that again.
He probably was drunk.
Could have been them wicked motherfuckers. You know how it
Yeah.
goes. Could have been. Could have
Because
been.
yeah, she drank her and Conrad, they get full before they get on that bench. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, the trial. That we had people come in and speak on my behalf. You know how they do that. I wrote a letter. They told me write a letter. I wrote a 4-page letter. You know, I had then asked her, did she read the letter? She what? Like she had to go and find it during trial. Like I'm like, I wrote the letter. They told me to write it. I had to ask her. Like it was just everything just kind of happened in my favor, in my opinion. Then she wound
Right.
up they wound up finding a letter, and she like, why was this never given to me? She had to say it. You know, why was this never given to me? So she was like, look, to be honest with you, she had to still put her asshole card, right? So she said, man,
Mhm.
look, um, to be honest with you, I don't think there's no hope for you. You know, you already troubled and you was on house arrest, which I was. I was on house arrest prior to that, and I failed to do right on that. So, you know, she had brought that up, and then wound up, she was like, all thing we can offer you is the cops program. So the cops program, Sheila Gross is who I got. The worst of the worst, PO. What it is they, you know, they put an ankle monitor on you, but it's next level, right? It don't just say when you leave the house, it track you. And then you gotta call in. This not cell phone days. This old phone, this house phone. We gotta go to the house. We gotta call them. So they had a program that they put me in. I was the only. It was new, and they only. I was the first to be introduced to this program. So you gotta you gotta come and do drug tests once a week.
Mm.
You gotta do 1,000 hours of community service. You gotta go to the morgue once a month,
Mm.
and you gotta help process the dead body. And the way they do it is you don't just process the old lady that's 95, she passed.
Gunshot.
They go look on the manifest and find the one that got shot in the drug, the worst one, and they make you process that one. You know, so I had to do that once a month. That shit was like,
That's scar child, man.
bruh, that shit was vicious. It was foul in there. Used to sit in there and wait. It'd be cold in there. They call you up. All right, come on. You come. You gotta. They tell you what light to go on. You go press the button, pull it out. It's like a little button, the little machine bring it down. You gotta wheel it out there. You gotta help them pick it up, tag, read the toe tag, read how they died. It was just awful. You know, then you gotta catch the madman back to, you know, you gotta catch the bus back to the crib. You know, that shit was vicious. Then you at school, you trying to be a normal teenager returning from this bullshit.
You
And
just
they
been
always
scraping
pop up
brains
on,
off the bag.
say that again.
You just been scraping brains off the body bag and
And you had to clean it. They give you the water hose. You gotta clean it up. It yeah, and it was like the worst ever. And then the JP, he come pop up 2 times a week. He pop up at your house, knock on your door. He gotta come in. He gotta do the piss test. He gotta stand in the restroom with you when you take the piss test. They pop up at school. You at just picture you at gym shooting the ball, right? You and then boom, he just pop up. Police, everybody know they come to see you, B. That's what they knew me for. You know, they come in the school and come see you. Well, ask your teacher how you doing. He's staying out of trouble. They come to the lunchroom. You go to in your lunch, you know, you get your train, you walking in the lunchroom, you look back, he coming again. He just pop up randomly. It was the worst shit ever. It was the worst shit ever. That shit, yeah, man.
man, how could that
Yeah.
help a child though, bro? They wonder why these young people be spinning out of control and losing their mind. And you know, you can't. It's a way of teaching. You got to understand, man. I know, you know, children do some wild. At the end of the day, they still children. They still got the mind of a child. We're not
Mhm.
dealing with somebody with the mature level. You know, anything under 25, I think, because you know, I didn't mature until I was almost, man, I was old, bro. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
keep it real. Yeah.
Relate to that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't, and when I say mature, I'm just saying making manly decisions and holding myself accountable for things I know that wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to clean my own, you know what I'm saying, bull crap up.
Right.
But
Nah,
man,
for
man,
sure.
man,
That
you,
that that was that
punish
was
you.
that was that was that was like a screenshot of my life where I look back and I'm telling you, I always tell people that was the lowest part of my life, right there. 15 years old, people, the nurses wiping my ass, putting a pamper on me, in a wheelchair, in and out of court. It's freezing. I got low immunity because I lost all this blood. I'm trying to
Yeah.
get my weight back. I'm in there with a bunch of reckless little niggas. You know, it had to slow me down for me to see. It slowed me down for me to really start seeing what I was around. You know, and I went through that. I wound up. I didn't quite beat the case, but what happened was I got put on a cops program and I did real good, stayed out of trouble. But then here come August 29th, 2005.
So you battled a situation and that kind of brought you to the standpoint of, man, I'm a man. I know I can do right. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
Because I done right when they thought I was gonna do wrong,
mhm.
and then this happened.
And then Katrina hit. Katrina hit, changed everything.
What happened? Run it, man. I want to
Man,
hear.
I tell people all the time, bro, that shit, I still say it to this day. It was like the end of the world. I used to tell people that. I thought it was the end of the world. Like, just, I mean, you understand the story. People from New Orleans who went through it, they know it. It's like you just wake up. So we all huddled up, at my cousin Chris, she had an apartment, and they, second floor, we huddled up, like, we gonna, ride this thing out. Man, that shit wound up being so vicious, and just watching how the military did things, how they fly in the neighborhood, throw the water, but don't come save you. But then again, it's a lot that came of that in the years after. But you know, when the water subsided and we was able to get out of there, we ended up in Houston. We came out here with some people we didn't even know. Just hopped in the
Right.
car and just go.
That
You
is.
know. And I just tell people I thought it was the end of the world. Hungry, hadn't bathed in a couple of days. People acting like uh it's the end of the world. You got people wilding that night. You hear gunshots, it's just wilding. I mean, like how the fuck you active? It ain't shit to do. You don't got no lights, you don't
Ain't
got no
nothing to
water.
be active behind.
Bruh,
You
acting
can't
up.
see. You can't see your hand in front of your
You
face.
can't. It was no lights, everything flat. It was no way to get out of there. It was like literally like the end of the world. And we had little bitty babies with us at the time. Like I said, I was 16. We had little cousins with us. I think there was like infant, like 4, 5 years old. We had to carry them. But the family stuck together. We got out here. I remember telling my mom, I'm like, anything I could do, I ain't going back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going back, and I've been out here 21 years now. I never went back. I mean, I got the call. They called my mama. It was like, and man, this one was crazy. I had a second degree attempt murder charge, right? Gone. They called her. Yeah, we dropping that. Boom. I had a partner of mine. His brother was on a like a
Man,
official
look at
murder.
God.
That boy was on
Yup.
an official body. Gone. That shit was like magic. I don't know, bro. I'm like, if you go back down there after that, you a goddamn
You
fool. I
crazy.
never went back. I never went back. I never went back.
So
I gave that
you
shit
had
up. I was like, I'm here now.
you had a situation that happened out with you,
So
right?
yeah,
With you and
so
that was your son or your daughter,
I no, it was my son, but I had my partner with me. So now that was 2005, right?
right?
This event, this was 2008. So it wasn't, I mean, 2012. I'm sorry, I'm saying that wrong. 2012. So now I'm far detached
Pass
from
from
that
that,
other
right?
lifestyle. I'm
Right.
far detached from that other lifestyle. This is a whole
You,
different Byron, right?
yeah. You getting your grown and sexy on.
Oh,
You a
definitely.
whole different level.
Definitely. This a whole different Byron. This ain't no, this just some, I don't know if it was just how the world spinning. It had to test you one more time. I don't know. But how it happened was I got off of work at 10 and I had my son.
Mm,
I've been having custody of my son since he was 1. I got up, so I used to have to get off of work and go to this 24-hour day camp, scoop him, and
mhm.
then bring him home. So, you get there by like 11 at night. You ring the bell, they see you on the camera, they let you in, you sign him out. He sleep. I get him in a car. I get to the crib. Now my partner, he from New Orleans. He already like waiting on me. We had a routine where we link at night, we talk in the parking lot, chief. And I pull up and my ex at the time, she would come every now and then and spend a night and help me with BJ. And so she pull up, she beat me there. So I see my little partner. I'm getting my son out the car. And it's these three guys, right?
Mhm.
I seen him on the outside of the parking lot when I pulled in the gate. But this normal, I didn't think
Yeah.
nothing of it. I pull in, me and him clowning, not really paying no attention. We clowning, talking crazy because I remember because we was clowning because he had then backed in and hit the carport and scraped up he was in the process of moving and he
Mhm.
scraped the side of the U-Haul and he was out there laughing like how the fuck, we clowning, and I'm grabbing my bag and everything out the car and he go to walk. I forgot what he was walking back to his apartment for, but he go back to walk to his apartment. I'm on the phone. I got my son on my shoulder, my bag, and I just upped on him. Dude just upped on him quick in front of me. But it happened so fast, it was like it was nothing I could do. He upped on him. The other two ran up, immediately shook him down, looked at me, spotted I was with him, ran down on me, upped on me. I put BJ down, put my
Oh,
bag
they
down.
upped on your partner first?
They upped on him first. Now,
Wow.
it was nowhere to go, mind you. We stuck in the gate of the park. It was nowhere to go. This
So
about to happen.
they were lurking anyway.
They was already, and I'm gonna tell you how that went further down in the story. But how it went was, they up on him first. I see the shit, but the shit happened so fast. The other nigga run up, they shake him down. Third dude come out of nowhere. That's when I noticed these was the same cats that was on outside of the gate, not in the gate. But this time they, one hooded up, the other one got a little rag around his face. The other one got, like a beanie super low with the hoodie. They all black. They run down on me. They up on me. Go immediately. We getting robbed just that fast. Just that fast. We getting robbed. But I'm strapped and ready. I'm strapped and ready. This, I told you how I came up, so I'm always ready.
Facts. Facts.
But they caught me off guard. They literally caught me with my partner. We clowning. We not even on. We not even paying attention. Really, it really caught us slipping. And I got my little boy with me. So this is how it happened. They shake us down. Realize that we ain't really got. I think my partner had a few dollars on. I had like $80 in my wallet. The dude he goes ziggy. He like, nah, we about to take y'all about to get in this car. We going to the ATM and we about to empty out your money out this ATM. So I'm trying to really plead with him. Like, like blood, could we just let me give it to you? Let me give you the car keys. Let me give you the pin code and you could just do it. I got my he don't give a fuck. All of them. One of them, he's super aggressive. He's super gangster. I don't give a fuck, nigga. Get in the car, so I'm trying to plead with him, like, bro, you say I got, you catching us off guard. Anyway, he wasn't trying to hear that shit. So why this is going on, he like, I kill your ass, nigga. You sitting there doing all this talking, that demon came out. I'm thinking like,
Yeah.
I'm pleading with you. You really don't give a fuck,
Mhm.
and you
And
already
you
called
got
me
little
down.
man with you, Russell. You like, oh man,
It's up
something
now.
got to shake.
It is up now, but not only is it up, it's like I'm like I told you, I'm far detached from what I was into. But you brought it out me like that. You brought it out me like
Yeah.
that when you said that. So a car passed up the street, and when a car passed up the street, the lights gonna eventually hit us. So they pushed us into like between the cars to the car pass, and while they got their head turned, waiting for the car to pass, I up on them. But when I up on them, I up, but I'm waiting for the moment to handle business
They don't even
because
see you got it.
now they looking like this, looking like got one got his hand on me like this with the gun, the other one got the gun up my partner back, the other dude, which I finally noticed, he doing something, he ain't got no gun. He just acting like he got. I kind of peeped it, so I'm looking like this the moment. So when the car passed, I'm already up. It's in my hand, but they didn't spot that. I do a little step to get everybody out the way because I gotta fire at these boys in like a close range,
Range.
and it's gonna be a moving target, right? So I just it happens so fast. All you got really time to do is do a little quick, take a deep breath and just go. You know, and that's what I did. I did the normal hold, pop, 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 chase that boy down a little bit, pop, pop. Last one, that ball was moving so fast, couldn't get him. He had already then spent around the car, hit the fence. I could have got him, but I'm saying I know not to do all of that. He gone already. So I
Mhm.
ain't, you know, I immediately turned back around. It happened so fast. I immediately turned back around. My ex, she already outside screaming, looking for BJ. She just scattered, grabbed him. It happened like so fast. Maybe she was already coming down and said, I don't know. But she was like, duh. It was like how they tell you, like your life
Flash.
literally blink, it flash. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. When I got shot, it was the same thing. It was like all this shit was running through my head. I forgot the name of that process, but it's a name for that process. That shit is real. That shit will literally bring you all the way back from the day you was born, all
Mhm.
your memories play in your head, all the way to the day to the time you land on that ground with that lead in you. It's a
Mhm.
real thing. And then you revisit it again when shit like that happen.
That happened.
And
Mm.
but anyway, I got, now I know that I didn't got him because he crawling on the ground. The other one, this boy hustling up the street, he collapsed. So my idea was like, he down, let's go see about this over here. But when I get to the gate, I realized it was like literally I came back to, and it was like 30 people outside. I swear, I didn't even see. It was dark out there. It was lights on, everything. Shit was crazy. Not even realizing it was a party across the street. They had an armed security guard. It happened so bad. It was just right there in front of me. The dude just started talking to me like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "They tried to rob me." I'm talking to him across the street. It's dark, but I know he got the vest. You can see the vest with security. He got you, and we know the area. They all in the area. The armed security guard. He like, "Don't worry, I'm calling 911. Do not leave. If you leave, they gonna call it a homicide." He walked me through it from like 20, 30 feet away. I'm like, "Fuck." I'm trying to think. I'm like, I even was playing in my head, like, did I fuck up? That shit played in my head like a bunch of times.
No,
So
man,
I went upstairs.
you was
I was
standing your
freaking
ground.
out a little bit. I was freaking
Right.
out a
I
little
can
bit. Like,
understand that, man. Yes, indeed, man. That
did I
will
did
freak
I
you out.
fuck up? Did I play it right? So I go upstairs. I check on my girl at the time. I check on
Did they
BG.
get a shot off?
Say that again.
Did they get a chance to get a shot off?
No shots got off. Not one.
Man, boy,
So
you blessed, boy.
no,
You messed with
definitely.
the wrong person, bro. They was on the wrong time, bro.
Definitely. It was
God
the
bless
wrong
them and
person
their
too.
family, bro. But man, just by seeing you with the baby should have been like, man, I'm old law, man. No kids, no
Let them
women.
slide.
David, man, we can't hit them. We got to go somewhere else.
Let them
You know,
slide, yeah. But they wasn't on that. Them boys was ready, and them boys was the way they was talking. It was like they
they were
shit,
gonna whack y'all.
just like that.
They were
If
gonna
you get
whack
in the
y'all.
car, you're gone. Once you're in the car, you're gone. You're gonna get
Yeah,
down the road. You're gonna get the money. You're gone. But
yeah.
I get in the house. I check on her. I tell her don't come back outside. She intent. Don't come back out here. I go back downstairs. I didn't even step out the apartment. Like I stepped out my apartment, went downstairs. The second I stepped back out, because the dude still was out there bleeding all over the place. I'm really not trying to pay attention to him, but I go up to him and I'm like, I just wanted to see if I might know this dude, and just pull that boy hoodie back, like, cause he still had that boy, like, they had it like pulled and strapped. You had to untie that boy to see him. I'm like, who sent you over here? And he told me, it was like, it was just a lick. We heard, this way we could hit a lick. He never said to me that, you
Nobody's
know,
son, it was just
nobody's son.
a random thing.
That's what he told me.
I told you
So
when you saw them out there, they was lurking. They was trying to find something to hit right then and there. When they saw you pull in, they was already going to hit your partner.
they saw me, and I just kind of just I was a part of it then, But the dude. So if you read the newspaper clipping, it was like, I forgot how they had it worded, but it was like one hit by car while fleeing from a robbery. The dude had then this nigga had then he bleeding all over the place. He tried to run, and out of nowhere somebody just hit him. They didn't even see him. He was just running in the dark. Boom, hit him. And they pull over to check on him, not knowing, they thinking they done ran over and killed him, but they don't know he had just got shot. You know what I'm saying? And the police get there. I try to, as professional, I played it out in my head. Okay, I'm gonna put the gun on my waist, and then I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna talk to him, tell him what just happened. That's how I played it in my head, because I was like, should I go put it up? If I put it up, then they gonna ask me to come into the house and get the gun. I don't want them in my house. So I like fuck it. Then I was like, should I put it in the car? I ain't want to look suspicious. So I put it back on my waist. You know, first I emptied my mag to see how many I fired off to keep that in my head. Then I put it because they was pulling up so fast. I went up to the gate, but when I tried to get to the gate, the fucking gate had closed on the apartment. So I waited with my hands on the gate like this till he pulled up, and like 4, 5 police jump out. And I explained to them what happened. They looking at me like this, guns drew. I got my partner with me. He kind of like a little nervous because he was with me. And I'm like, look, this what happened. So I tell him. And I'm doing all this talking. They cut me off like, yeah, 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 yeah. How he get on that ground? Who shot him? I'm like, I shot him. They drew down quick. Put your fucking hand. They handed me. I'm like, how the fuck I'm supposed to climb over the gate? They made me climb over the fucking gate, cuff me, put me in the car. Boom. Second they put you in the car, you can't hear a motherfucking thing. You can't say shit. They got you cuffed. You the fucking problem. They didn't talk to 30 people, went across the street, the cameras pulling up all this shit, and then like 3 hours later, they come to me and open up the door. The first time they open up the door, okay, you could get out. Just like that. Just like that, you could get out.
Oh, it was
Uncuff me,
protocol.
uncuff me, because my dog they hadn't talked to him for like a lot. Then my girl
Yeah, they
came
were
down with
trying
my
to see
baby.
you lying.
They were
They
trying to,
trying to see you lying.
they trying to see if I'm lying. I'm trying to, but I get it. This was before body cam too, by the way.
Right.
2012, it wasn't really no body cams like that. So
But the dude still had their straps, right?
so I skipped the part. When he hit the ground, I kicked the gun from by he had fell, but I kicked the gun like far as fuck. I like try to get it away from him. But the one that took off running down the street, they found his pistol in the grass, but they found him in the middle of the street. So that nigga actually
No.
didn't make it. That nigga actually didn't make. He was the one that didn't make it. He was the one that. So one of them got away. One of them we had. I was able to question him, and the other one that took off running across the street. This nigga just hustling. They got hit by a car. A nigga didn't make it. So that's how that happened. But they recovered both of them guns. But this took 3 hours of investigation. That happened at like 11. They let me out the car like 2 something in the morning, two
Hmm.
almost 3 something in the morning. Then they make me do the walkthrough. They go take pictures. They made me do the whole walk, but like a whole nother hour of that. And where it happened? Where you start shooting at? Okay, okay, cool. And boom, So then they go. They give me my gun back. They don't give me my ammunition back. They're like, we can't give
No,
you that.
they don't never do that.
Yeah, so and it's all right. You could go ahead and go. You good? You free to go? Okay, cool. So I go inside, I rap with my girl. But before I go, they like, oh, what unit that is you in? Told them, okay, cool. This dude, they don't think he gonna make it. If he do pass, right now it's the robbery division, but homicide gonna come get you. That's exactly what they told me. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I go in there, I shower, I'm rapping with my girl, I'm trying to calm her down, trying to get my son situated, he really a baby, he don't really know what's going, trying to get him situated. Probably like an hour later, boom, 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 they knock on the door. I go down there, peek through the peek hole. I'm still kind of fired up on the drilling. I go peek out the peek hole. Two white men in the suits. Oh, bye. Oh, what's up? Yeah, could we come in? Come in. They tell me, dude, they make it. So now you got to go downtown to homicide. You got to do this. So I'm thinking, do I really need to do this shit? He like, nah. Like, I'm like, do I need to get my attorney? I asked him. He like, well, you could, but self defense. Then I didn't trust his ass. I'm like, self defense. I'm like, how the fuck is self? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna call my attorney. I call a nigga. Nigga don't answer. You know what I'm saying? And further, then he ain't even no goddamn criminal attorney, but that's my attorney. That's the nigga who I fuck with. I'm blowing him up. 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, leaving them voicemails what just happened. Then I called my mama. Not mind you, I'm calling them off my girl phone because
They got
when I got robbed, I never got my shit back. I ain't get my wallet back. I ain't get my phone. I ain't get nothing back. So I'm blowing them up. Anyway, they
so
take
the
me.
dude still had your stuff.
The nigga who got away, he got away with my shit, and my
But
shit
they
had my
should have
fucking
found it on him.
address on it and everything. Say that again.
They should have found it on him.
They never. So that nigga, they never caught the nigga that night. They
Oh, the
never
nigga
caught him.
who jetted.
The nigga
Yeah.
who jetted, they never caught him that night. They never caught him that night. So, they just go to tell me, like, okay, so unfortunately, this how it go. They gave me the rundown. It's considered a
Yeah, yeah.
self-defense
Both people.
homicide. It's gonna go through a grand jury. You won't have to go to court. They reassure me 5 times. I'm like, I don't trust none of this shit. I'm like kind of tripping out a
Yeah,
little bit. Like, I don't
you
trust
just
it.
went through as a juvenile, right?
Yeah, I don't trust none of this shit. So finally, they called some big dog out the back. Now, mind you, right where they sit you in that room, like first 48, they set me in that room. They brought him out there. He's like, look, listen to me. Because I was kind of tripping with him a little bit, giving him a hard time. Like, listen to me. I'm telling you, you got my word. You can call your attorney, you call whoever. It was a self-defense homicide. We not about to do that to you. I get that you kind of caught off guard, but you gotta talk to us. We could wait until your attorney, is here and present, but you not going nowhere until you talk to us. So
Right.
I give them the rundown. Now, mind you, I just talked to them motherfuckers and at the scene and did all that, and you let me go, then you call me back, and so it was kind of like a little, but anyway, so I do it, you know. Then they done took me all the way there. Then they gotta take me back home. But by the time I'm still running off adrenaline. They take me back home. It's light outside. So when they get ready to let me out, I pull up to the apartments. Mind you, they pulling up in a HPD. They just pulling up and dropping me off. Not cuffed, nothing. I'm just gonna jump out. So I'm like, this shit don't even. So I tell him, I'm like, nah, pull up all the way to the corner, let me out at the corner. I'm gonna walk to my apartment. He like, why? I said, cause the fuck, they still was out there. Channel 2, everybody, they was still out there at the still at 9 o'clock in the morning, they still was out there. So I look, I hop the fence, I try to duck them, but they saw me hopping the fence and they saw what I had on, so they hurry up and run down on me. The little Channel 2 lady, the little Pakistani lady with the hair, she run down on me, they catch me. Hey, you the one that, so I went on ahead. That's when I started feeling a little comfortable. I went on ahead and spoke to him. I told him, don't put my face on camera. I went on ahead and spoke to him. I don't know how it happened, but it aired the same fucking morning. And everybody started blowing me up. My ain't had no phone. So they was like getting in touch with me through other people. Like, B, what the fuck? Like, everybody, everybody, that shit traveled like it was fast. That's how it happened. You know what I'm saying? That's how it happened. But
Man,
but what I say about that was I ran off of adrenaline for like a month because all of the calls that I got, they was investigating that shit. Remember, dude got away. They was investigating that shit. And then the barbershop was right across the street from the apartment. I had got so many calls and people had knew who had did that shit. So
mm.
it was everything in me to like let that shit go. I was tripping for a little bit because I was popping up at the bar. I was doing, I had kind of went back to my old. I was tripping a little bit because I was like pulling
Yeah,
up
because
on
one
people
got
trying to
away,
figure
really.
out.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you can come
I
back
went
and
a
try to
little. I
hurt
went a
you.
little too far. I ain't gonna lie. I went a little too far. I was a little upset. I ain't do nothing out of the norm that'll get me locked up. But I was like pulling up on people trying to because people was talking about it. They was like, man, that was B. Man, you heard about that shit, blah, 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 blah. And there was people that I knew, and then they calling me, and then my partners, they in there getting their haircut, and people talking about it, and they don't know they talking about it in front of people that know me, so they just blowing me up, hitting me. So I'm like taking off for work, like fuck it, I'm gonna investigate it myself. But then I wound up having to let that shit go because I realized it just would have been a wrong move. It'd have been the wrong fucking move.
Most
So
definitely.
I had to just let it go. I had to let because what they got? They ain't give me for nothing.
Right.
They ain't give me for nothing. What
They,
they
they,
what
they
they
tried to do what they done and it didn't work, man. And look, just think about this, bro. That could have been you and your son down there. Them dudes
could have
ain't care
been.
about you had no baby because if they did care about you, they would have respected the call from the jump, man. You done only what you was basically trained to do. We
That's it.
come from that. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
I was always taught, man, if somebody robbing you, don't get in that car. Make
Mm-mm.
you your coat right there. Such and such, such and such. So I can understand, you know what I'm saying? How because man, our stories are crazy, bro. And I'm gonna tell you later on how similar it is, but dude coming broad daylight is like, man, you know what it
Mm-hmm.
is, man. This dude got a whole assault rifle. I'm like, man, you tripping,
Mm-hmm.
man. Right now, if I would have been, man, you can have me, you on my clothes,
Mm-hmm.
just what I went through from just like, yeah, nah, no, no, nothing, nothing. So
Mm-mm.
he had to shoot me. I basically
Facts.
made him shoot me.
Facts.
bro. They
Small
like,
world.
if he wouldn't have done it, he would have been like, you ain't about that life. You better not go out there no more like that.
Uh-uh. Butt naked. They call that butt naked. You can't even play no games like
You
that.
can't play no games. Say, bro. So tell me this, mentally, how has it been for you emotionally? And do you have times where not from the act, just from the stress of it, you know what I'm saying? Because I know, we
No.
I'm not saying it's normalized, bro, but we come from, man, we didn't saw a lot, bro. We didn't lost a
Definitely.
lot, bro. But we feel like when somebody come in to destroy, innocent, man, you had your baby in your hands. That's what I just keep thinking about, because you see on the news so much, man, babies getting shot. Man,
Mm-hmm.
they just had the UPS dudes go in these people's house and kill all of them.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't get nothing. The
Mm-mm.
babies running around, dead bodies, all the blood, man. That was heartbreaking to watch that, man.
Trauma. Trauma.
Them babies understood what was going on. The older
Trauma.
brother, or which looked like they was only a couple of months apart, pulling his baby brother back from the mama that's bust up on the ground, just so he wouldn't see it.
That's crazy.
And cameras catching all this.
That's
I
crazy.
want to ask you, man, man, you showed up and showed out tonight, bro. You did, bro. But I want to ask you, since it's going around and there's a lot of debate that's going on. They
Mhm.
got this, they got the thing that's going around saying, F the streets. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear your take on that.
You gonna have to put me on what they mean by that after streets.
See, ding, boom, boy. See, look, all right. There was, all the rap saying after street. So one guy said, man, and who was this? This was my homeboy, man. Matter of fact, man, this was my guy, man. He made a video saying, I understand what they're trying to say, but they should have explained themselves a little better. Because people get mad, saying, how you can say after street, man, we from the streets, be the people from the streets. So I don't think they're actually saying F the people or F the, because
I,
I'm old law, and I'm gonna
I,
be old law until old law, old law.
yeah,
Not that I'm
fact.
in the streets. I'm not in the streets, but I just feel like certain things should happen a certain way because I'm cut from that cloth. But when just say he say, man, when I say up the streets, I mean everything that almost took me from my my loved ones, my family. He lost his brother in the game. You know what I'm saying? That's the part of the streets you say F. The black
Facts.
on black. The homeboys
Facts.
killing homeboys,
Facts.
the killing the babies, the mistaken identity. That's what the F is for.
Yeah.
Not the people, not the struggle, not the because I know people in the mud right now, man. We get it. I deal with the mud, man. I live in
Mm-hmm.
the mud. I love the mud, man. Because the mud is the struggle. When you come out there, man, you feel so good because the job is well worth getting coming up out there like the grave digger. You know what I'm saying? So
Great.
I understand that. So it's a misconception. Brothers not really explaining themselves, right? So when you say F the streets, you got to explain why you saying F the streets. You just say, you can't say this F the streets because you saying F somebody people,
Right.
because there's a lot of people in the street. We had a lot of homeboys, loved ones that's stuck, in addiction, that's in the
Mm-hmm.
street. Good people, good people, but just have a problem, and they haven't figured out how to defeat that demon yet. So, they're part of the street. So if we say F the streets, we're saying F them, F the it's just very, very, very it's a tender situation. And you
Nah, I got you. I reason why I had to have you cleared up because I'm like I'm like so fucking like old fashioned to like the new slang and what's going on. I'm like I ain't never had a social media page, so I'm like when people say something, I'm like what's the new little, and they got to put me on so I make sure I
right,
understand it right. But
right,
what I say to that is, far as as far as the way I'm interpreting that, I would actually agree with that statement because, um, you know, I did learn a lot in the streets, right?
Right.
And,
Facts.
and it molded me to what you see today. But see, now I got a teenager.
That
I
hit
got a
different.
teenager.
I feel
And
you,
he
bro.
ain't built nothing like me. He a good boy, you heard me?
Yeah, bro. And that's a
Like
beautiful
he
thing,
he
bro.
a teenager, and he still come like he's soft, like he like nah that he be looking for my guidance. He ain't nothing like me. I grew up, my
Yeah.
pops been in the penitentiary my whole life. I just really got to know him. I'm 36. I just really met him 5 years ago. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? So it's like, fuck all the dumb shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck all the dumb shit. If I could replace some of the bad behaviors with better ones, I would. But we don't
Yeah.
get redos.
We don't
We
get
don't get redos. So I would actually, from the way I'm interpreting that phrase, fuck the streets, yeah, fuck it, because I wouldn't, first of all, like I just said, that gangster shit. I love all them niggas. I love all the lyrics.
right.
I'm a soldier Slim head, you know.
Mhm.
But and I love Tupac. I love all that. But when your mama and my pops got the call, he was in the penitentiary. Your boy just got shot. I don't know if he gonna make it. When I
Mm.
finally talked to him 20 years later about that, he had to tell me how that really made him feel. I don't want that
Yeah.
because I don't want that for mine. So I would just say, yeah, fuck all that. Fuck. See, we from New Orleans. We don't know nothing about gangbang. Shit don't make sense. But
Mhm.
I don't agree with none of that. But I don't agree with like too much street talk. I don't really agree with too much. I got a partner right now. Every time he call, it's him and his little brother locked up right now in Luling, Louisiana. And he trying to do right. But his little brother, when his brother get to talking, I get him on the phone, listen to him. He been in there 15 years. I'm 36. He 34. He been in there 15 years already. And it's like the slang, the lingo is too programmed. I got a pops
Yeah.
that did all that goddamn time in the penitentiary, triple OG, just think how it is having a conversation with him. He
Right.
he never gonna change. Pop's still loud and rowdy, you know. But I just met him, so I ain't gonna say I understand. I just really met him like that. My vision of talking to my father, we was always mama get everybody in a car and we drive 3 hours, however long it take to get there. And we see him in prison. I don't got like a memory of him outside, you know what I'm saying, until recently. But fuck it. It ain't getting us nowhere. I think
Mhm.
I'd have got a lot further having him in the house and versus how it all played out.
No.
So I just,
But
yeah,
look,
that
check
ain't
this
fun.
out, brother. Let me tell you something. And this coming from me, man. God don't make no mistakes. And I'm super duper proud of the man you turned into and that you still growing into, because man, we don't have a lot of success coming from our city, and when we do, is secluded. It's not shared. It's not celebrated. It's not the only thing seem like we do is celebrate that. And your
Mhm.
boy Jay Real said something that's totally real, and I agree with you, Jay, for real. You know what I'm saying? I lost my brother, his oldest son, his youngest son, my best friend, my daughter godfather, and all these unique, my uncle,
Mhm.
all gun violence. So yeah, man, boy, you don't want to know how I feel. You feel me?
Mhm.
Oh, we carry hate, man. We the only race that don't know how to love and celebrate each other. Every other race can do it. Every other race do it. Either they do it illegally or they do it legally. Because even when they do something illegal, it's hard to catch them because they're so organized. That's why they
Mhm.
call it the organized crime. Black people ain't never been a part of organized crime, yo.
Mhm.
They ain't even want to let the black people in the mile. They had one dude that broke that mold, and it was Bumpy Johnson. He
Uncle
was
Johnson.
he was cut from a cloth that dudes don't be cut from, and he played it
Mhm.
by the old rules.
Mhm.
See, people said you got rules and you got the Sicilian rules. The Sicilian rules, my man don't look at my wife. My man don't look at my daughter. My
Real
man
shit.
don't cross me. My man don't stab me in my back. You speak to you respect the women. You pray. You believe in God. That's the old Sicilian rules, man. I be Sicilian. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You don't hear about them robbing each other, killing each other, backstabbing them. They don't do that, man.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
don't want to get it. We don't want to get it. So the only thing we can do, and you're doing it, you're absolutely doing it. You lead by example, brother, and that's big to me. 36 years old, bro. Look, you broke the mold. You broke the mold. And to say you ain't have no father figure, brother, you're doing the thing. And I'm glad we got this connection, bro, because we're going to continue on keeping this connection, bro. And anything I'm involved in, you're a part of it. You know what I'm saying? I
Okay.
thank you for blessing us on this podcast, man. And I know we're going to do a part two. We went
Yes,
over,
sir.
we went over, but this was necessary, brother.
Yes,
This
sir.
was necessary, bro. That you needed to share your story, bro. And you need to share it more often, bro, because it's powerful. People need to hear that, man. That will make somebody say F the streets. Not per se. And let me get this right. Not F the people.
Mm-mm.
F the bull crap.
The bush. Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah,
bullshit, the disrespect, the stabbing in the back, the betrayal.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the part of the streets that's not good, man. Back in the days, bro, one house fed the whole block.
Real. There you go. There you go.
One house fed the whole block, and it was Gucci. Nobody ain't complaining about nothing.
There you go.
It ain't like that no more, bro. People like this now, just they don't, So if we want change, we got to lead by example. I said love. If I call you my brother, all that's action words. Loyalty is action words. Respect is action words. I'd rather you show me than you tell me all the time. They got a brother always saying, I love you, I love you. Why you don't never show me?
Yeah.
You love me
Real.
so much, why you don't never show me? Stop saying that.
Real.
Show me
Real.
you love me. Because I show my love. I show my gratitude. I show, I try to do my best. You feel me? And I ain't perfect. I don't come from this ain't the house Jack built. You feel me? But am I right? Well, I don't let my past dictate my future. And that's what you done. You didn't let your past stop you. God bless you, dog. They come from under something young men don't come from under, but they still in jail from 15 right now. God
Yeah.
bless you and put you in a situation and still tested you, just like Job tested you. And you came from like a gangster. Nobody can take that from you. When God
Yes.
for you, I don't care who can be against you, my G. It's Mindset Therapy Real Talk Podcast, man. I want to thank my man Byron Gray for coming on, man. I know I'm gonna have him again, man. We went a little over tonight, but it was worth it, brothers. Brother testimony is second to none, man. And Byron, tell them where they can find you at and tell them what you got going on, man. Put the people on.
Man, like I say, man, I'm new to Instagram. Instagram plug is Express Prime. That's XPRESS Prime PRIME. That's me on Instagram. That's the only thing I got right now. I had to get that situated because I was entering this, and
No, thank you,
I got
man.
a autobiography on the way. I got a mentor that's helping me put that together.
No doubt.
And I'm gonna plug him just because that's two of them. Um, his name is Byron. Also, Byron Randall Parker. He a professor at U of H. And then I got my boy Dennis Sperling. He was my original attorney, and he did an autobiography. And I don't have they plugs on Instagram or anything right now, but they definitely gonna be in the book.
Say, look, man, your people showing up, showing out, man. Your boy J Real said, I thank God for my dog being there that night. If it wasn't for him, I'd probably be dead.
He
Shout out
was
to the dog. Yeah,
that's
man.
that's who was with me when we got robbed. Yeah.
Your man who you just spoke about, Byron Parker, 9705. I'm proud of you, Byron. Your testimony is powerful. May my good brother, may God continue to bless you. Your generation, bless you. You a generational curse breaker. Yeah, straight up, straight up. But see, I stopped using. I say you're a generational curse destroyer, because when you break something, you can always fix it. You know, the enemy got slick. The enemy, we
Mhm.
break something, we break it, and he'll go back and fix it and mend it together, use somebody else to glue it together, you know, hot stick it together. So when we destroy it, it can't never come back. So you a destroyer, my G. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that.
Generational curse destroyer.
I
I'm with you, my
appreciate
brother Byron, no doubt, man. Hey, say, bro, man, again, I can't wait till you finish with the autobiography. I'm gonna be the first one to copy it, man. No doubt, man.
appreciate it.
Hey, when you get a chance, man, go check out my book, Beating the Game: 7 Steps to Developing a Positive Mindset, man. We on Amazon. But you can hit me, bro, and I can get it straight to you. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
and leave me a review on Amazon, bro. That's what I be needing, the reviews. The book is dope, though. The book is dope, man. But I had
Yeah,
to learn steps in, you know, a lot of things that was done. I didn't have the knowledge then, but now I have the knowledge. So, you know, I'm not worried about it happening to me, as long as I can stop it from happening to someone else. You feel me? And
right,
it's in
right.
my power. I can help them. That's what I'm gonna do. You know, because that's why I feel like, you know, I'm a server, my G. You know, I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
From bricks to books.
Yeah. I
You
like
heard
that.
me? From bricks to books, man. Let's say,
Yeah.
bro, again, bro, this is Mindset Therapy, Real Talk Podcast. Here at Mindset Therapy, we help men, women, and children believe in themselves again. We offer 7 simple strategies to developing a positive mindset, and we staying on it, man. Thank you, Byron, bro. I appreciate that, man. Go like this podcast, share it, subscribe, man, and look for Byron, man. Byron got something. I'm gonna bring him on again. He got some good stuff coming down the pipeline, bro. So thank y'all for joining us this night, man. Y'all showed up and showed out, man. We appreciate y'all. Good night.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
You can stay on, Byron. I'm gonna hold on, let me close this out. Yes, yes, man. God is good.